Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Guitar of the Day. I'm your host Michael Lemmo, and today it is Telly Tuesday here at Norman's Rare Guitars.
Woo!
Yes, and we have something really cool from the warehouse, and we're also going to do a spec check with Brandon Soriano.
Yo! Telly Tuesday.
Yes,
Hey.
and Brandon loves
Day.
the Tellys. Yep, he loves them.
Favorite
And
day.
also these specifically in some ways.
It's true. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of Telecasters in general. I think that's my main go-to guitar. And like Mike said, this is, I don't want to give it away, but what this is in particular is like, it's my kind of guitar, man.
Well, let's
I think
check
it's
it
so
out.
Cool. From 1968. 68. This is a very early Thinline Telecaster.
Whoa.
Whoop.
Wow.
And this thing is absolutely nuts. And if you're looking at this, if you know about these, then you're already kind of drooling because you know that this is a rare bird that we're looking at right here. So here's the deal. 1968, this would be the first year that they would ever start doing Thinline Telecasters. This was sort of a few things. It was a measure to lighten up the guitars. It was a measure to sort of compete with Gibson's ES thing that they had going on. And also, it just looks really cool. So, you know, this is a very cool guitar. The reason this one in particular is crazy is because that's mahogany, man. And that is super, super rare on these guys. The Thinline Telecasters, Thinline meaning that it's a semi-hollow guitar. So this is constructed like an ES 335, where you have basically a block going inside the body, and then the wings on the sides are what's hollowed out, which you get a little peek into with the F-hole right there. 68 was the first year of this. They did this version of it. They call this the Series 1 Thinline guitars, where they have the single coil pickups that Tellys are known for, and they have this new pickguard design that sort of goes down here. They kept the three-way selector switch and the volume and tone knob, but they angled them off at a diagonal, whereas a traditional Telly is straight up and down. And this one in particular, maple neck, but it's a maple cap.
Wow.
So there's no skunk stripe on the back, and I'll talk about what that means in a sec. But before we get to that, they did this version, the Series 1 Thinlines, up until, I guess, about late 71 to early 72, which is when they introduced the Fender wide-range humbuckers, those Cunife pickups that are split 3 and 3, that Fender is now reissuing finally, with the proper metals and everything. And from 72 onward, that's what the model was. It would be a Thinline Deluxe, which was 2 humbuckers. So only in the late 60s and very early 70s could you get the single coil iteration of a Thinline Telly. Now, going back to that maple cap thing on the neck, what that means, usually when you see a maple neck on a guitar, you'll see a stripe of wood in the back. It's usually walnut or a dark wood or something like that. And what that stripe is it's where they route out the neck to insert the truss rod into the neck. On a maple cap, that's not the case. They construct this neck the same way they would construct a rosewood fingerboard neck, which means that the back is all one solid piece, and the top is actually basically exposed. They inlay the truss rod on the top, and then they put a cap on top of it of maple. So if you look on the side here, you can see a line going down there. That is the maple cap that goes on top of the maple neck. So it's basically how they construct it while installing the truss rod to the neck, and a maple cap is like a maple neck that's constructed the way a rosewood would usually be. So that's just a super cool rare feature. You see maple caps with Fender mostly in 1968. I've seen some 69s as well, but that tracks for this being a 68. You're going to get F-stamped tuners on the back. On the front, those are the vintage style top loading tuners that are my personal favorite. They're fun to wind. So you get those. This is the cleanest example on planet Earth. This came from Norm's warehouse, which, if you don't know, is Norm's personal private collection. Just himself as a collector, those are his guitars. And Jen just posted a video of us going through the warehouse and picking out a few pieces to transfer over to the shop. And this was one of those. So super lightweight, as you might expect. It has the case. It has the ashtray, which is the bridge cover that people would use as ashtrays, hence how it got its name. And this is obviously just as clean as the guitar. This has hang tags, you guys.
Wow.
This has the hang tags in it with the serial number inside and everything. You also get a cloth in there, a little Fender washcloth. So this is a complete set for a collector. It's an amazing playing guitar too. It sounds so good, and this is a good couch guitar. It's one of those ones that like has volume to it when it's unplugged because of that thin line.
Let's hear a little, Brandon.
Hear a little.
Yeah.
perfect.
Oh.
Well,
Dink a
perfect.
dink a dink.
What'd you say, Lemmo?
It was perfect.
It was.
That's what I said.
All right, we don't need to take it out front. That's the end of the episode.
Thank you so much.
No,
Thank you
this
so
is
much.
one that I bet Mike would never play Jeff Buckley on.
Wow, give me this.
Thank you guys. See ya.
We're up front with the 1968 Fender Thinline Telecaster. Really cool guitar from Norton's Warehouse, extra clean. We're going through the Fender Super Reverb, starting off on the neck pickup. Let's see what we get. Both pickups together. Start the loop with the chords in the middle position, and then we're going to move over to bridge. from 1968. It's a Fender Telecaster Thinline. Really cool. And maple cap, as I mentioned before. You can check them all out at normansurguitars.com and also on Instagram and Facebook. I'm your host, Michael Lemmo.